I would now give the floor to Mr. George Philip. George Philip is a demographer, but he's also a public health professional, we can say. He has 17 years of experience in following the implementation of program management in the field. He is currently working at the IntraHealth International, and he's a state director for the VISTA project funded by USAID. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Thank you.
The floor is yours, 10 minutes.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, and at the outset, let me express our gratitude to IPH and other institutions supporting this conference to giving us this opportunity to come and present our results. Today, I'll be presenting the technical assistance project which IntraHealth has implemented in UP and Jharkhand, and one of the components of that was Village Health and Nutrition Days. Within that, we looked at ways of systematic support for improved monitoring, and convergence has led to kind of results, change in results and outputs. Before I go to the main slides, I would quickly walk you through the Vistar project. As it was mentioned, Vistar project is a technical assistance project. It is led by IntraHealth International and is supported by USAID. We are implementing this project in two states, UP and Jharkhand. However, this presentation I'll be confining to our experience from UP. And the series of support, technical assistance support, which we are providing to the government can be confined under 4 broader categories. A series of things which we are doing to support the improved interpersonal communication skills of frontline workers, followed by a series of things support we are extending for supportive supervision strengthening with the aim to create a conducive and supportive environment for the frontline workers to deliver better. And then the third element of support has been Village Health and Nutrition Days, which I'm talking about in this presentation. And then a base of it all was kind of creating a culture within the system for look at data for database decision making and program corrections. And in Uttar Pradesh, to just give you a sense of scale, we are besides state level support, we are also supporting 8 districts which are allotted by government for us to demonstrate that technical assistance with the system. And we are covering 2.5 crore or 2.4 crore, about 24 million population, and reaching out to about 22,000 frontline workers. When we say frontline workers, is both ASHAs and Anganwadis of health and ICDS. So why VHND? So when we look at NRHM broadly, we all know for our entire range of service delivery, it is all facility linked. Facility based services we are talking about mostly. And whether it is starting from health sub-center to PHC, CHC, tertiary care institutions and district hospitals. But VHND provides a unique opportunity where a kind of a bundle of services related to maternal and child health is taken out of the facility and close to the community on an outreach mode on an assured basis. So that is where we thought it will be kind of a value addition. And since this package of services include, mostly they come from health, but some of them also come from ICDS is mandated to provide. So that is where the collaborative working and convergence become critical bedrock, and it's a kind of a foundation for this success of this intervention. And that's where the problem starts. When we started working with the system way back in 2008, when we had done our baseline survey and the series of needs assessment, we have come across there are a series of systemic gaps which were leading to not having the kind of impact and the kind of rollout what is envisioned in the document. And some of them I've listed here, that it starts from inadequate dissemination of guidelines, lack of role clarity between the frontline workers. There are gaps related to logistics, there were gaps related to micro-planning issues, there were convergence completely absent, and there were issues related to systemic monitoring or systematic review month after month. And that is where our technical input has started. We have started working on a technical assistance mode with the government, and we have looked at all these gaps in a systematic way, worked with the system in terms of support to create an environment where these gaps could be easily plugged. We worked with both the departments, and those support areas could be broadly kind of linked into orientation of, they started with orientation of district officials, block officials, and the frontline workers. If you probably those who are aware of VHND interventions, you may be probably aware that Government of India has come out with an excellent guideline for VHND. This talks about everything. It talks about the vision, it talks about what the specific services are to be provided, how it has to be provided, what frequency, what is the specific roles and responsibility of each and every frontline worker who is involved in it. But having said that, what we have observed is the guidelines remain the guidelines and is never circulated, never percolated down, never shared with the frontline workers. And there was a specific role clarity in terms of what A&M does on a VHND day, what Ashas are supposed to contribute or Anganwadis are supposed to work on. Those clarities were not there. So that is where our support element went in. And again, the other element of support was joint micro-planning. When we say micro-planning, in the name of micro-planning, all they had was, most of these districts had was an RI roster to bank on. RI roster, as you know, what we have noted is, this is primarily designed by health and it is implemented by health department. It was never consulted with ICDS, and we started the joint micro-planning. It starts from sub-center where the Mukhya Sevika of the sector of ICDS and the frontline workers of ASHA and A&Ms and ASHA and Anganwadis gather. When they started looking at, they identified series of gaps in terms of left out areas within the village where the session is supposed to happen. What we call is purvas and majras within the village were left out. They were not reaching out to the kind of an extended, kind of intended beneficiaries. So that has been, so reconfiguring of joint micro-planning, adding more sessions to cover those uncovered areas were all done. They were further compiled at block level. They were further reviewed between a medical officer and DPOs, CDPOs. And then finally it is compiled at the district level for the district micro-plans. They were revisited every 6 monthly, and the first time when this exercise was done, what we have broadly observed were about 30 to 35% sessions where new sessions were added. That is the amount of kind of gaps we have noted. Similarly, a systemic structured monitoring is something which was completely absent, though this guidelines is pretty clear on it, but it did not even this guideline did not provide a kind of a user-friendly checklist for the supervisors to use. And that is where we kind of created a kind of a simplified checklist. The front page, this is basically 2 pages of the same sheet. The first sheet is basically the RI checklist which Government of India has suggested. And on the back side of it, since it was blank, we used the back side of the same sheet to add a series of questions. They are simple, easy to fill, just by a ticking. They can, easily, information can be filled in, not much of writing is required. So it was easy and user-friendly for the kind of supervisors to use it. And when we say the supervisor is basically a group of people we are talking about. It's basically the Mukhya Sevikas of ICDS. It is the LHVs who are far and few in UP from the health, and the male supervisors or the male workers who are kind of strengthened to visit those sessions. They were suggested to kind of put Wednesdays and Saturdays, since VHNDs happen only on Wednesdays and Saturdays, so they were asked to put this in their roster so that it remained in their priority to kind of observe those sessions. Similarly, a simplified package an Excel-based package was provided where they can, with an hour of orientation, an HEO in the block can key in those information, and with a click of a button, an auto-generated report comes out with specific indicators and values, which can be easily reviewed at the block level. It was created in Hindi, so it was easy to follow at the block and district level. And for the community awareness, we have again started work. We worked with health and besides health and ICDS, we worked with PRI and education department. Why education? Because probably you may be aware in Uttar Pradesh with a government order, all the Anganwadi centers have been shifted to primary schools, and that is where the problem also starts, because when the schools are for long holidays, when the schools go for long holidays, that is summer holidays or puja holidays, often it has closed. So those are basically some of those issues. And in terms of technical assistance, other area was about convergence, facilitating convergence, using all available platform for convergence, and using data for review and decision making on program corrections. So what has that led to? Has that led to some kind of a process and outcome level results? Yes, we do have some, and I'm sharing few slides here. In terms of regularity of session as per microplan, it has improved up to almost 90% right now. In terms of range of services to be provided in each session, that is also improved to almost 8.8 services on an average each VHND sessions have now. In terms of convergence, an indicator of block level convergence meeting, how regularly they meet, how regularly they review data, and how regularly they decide on kind of a program corrections. It's almost 90% plus now. Similarly, another indicator for convergence are these 3 workers which are kind of suggested in a VHND. Are they present in those session sites? It's basically ANM, Anganwadi, and ASHA, 3 worker-led sessions in these outreach sessions. So in terms of presence of 3 workers in session sites, this actual observation is about 86% now. Similarly, the supervisory support by the supervisors of both the department has improved to almost 46% sessions are being supervised by one or the other supervisors. And then we have also done, recently we have commissioned an external endline survey for this project, and that has come out with some kind of an information from the community level validation of these results. We have checked with this recently delivered women in terms of their awareness about sessions, whether they are aware of this number of services and range of services available, and have they ever used it. All of these showing an improvement, a kind of a greater acceptance and uptake of services here. In terms of different individual services, antenatal services, if you see, TT, IFA, supplementary nutrition, they're all showing much better progress, while there are certain supply-linked issues still, like for BP. It was from null, it has started, and still there is issues of availability of functional BP apparatus and use of it, or privacy at the VHND session where the abdominal checkup can be done. Those are still a struggle, and we hope to see further improvement over the days. Similarly, another reason for taking VHND to in an outreach mode was to kind of reach out to the unreached. Is this successful in that angle? If you look at service uptake by different caste categories, if you see the maximum uptake was from the scheduled caste followed by OBC. So it's again, somewhere it is kind of effective in terms of reaching out to the right target group. So what are the learnings? Broadly, it can be concluded as increased ownership. It can be done through a series of things. It's starting from orientation, joint microplanning, sharing those microplanning, regular reviews. A kind of a systematic process of ownership has to be built in. A monitoring review of data is critical. Building a system for capacity of the system. It's just not, it's just a colleague before me has just informed about the issue with the HMIS. Usually it is one way. It is uploaded, but is never available with the block to review. So it's kind of the kind of support we have provided so that they can review their data, take decisions appropriately. Similarly, regular review and decision making and using these convergence platforms and grooming champions. It is just not, I'm talking about CMO and DPOs or district magistrates. It's at every level you identify champions, groom, support them so that they remain your flag owners and the kind of flag holders and take the program forward. That's broadly about the learnings. And quickly I want to glance you through some of those glimpses from the field, just to have a feel of UP VHND in those 8 districts. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. George Philip, for this very interesting presentation on Village Health and Nutrition Days as a way to work on local convergence and dialogue between actors. It would be nice to know the actual impact on health also of these days and maybe provide data on that one.